Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think Be Do Leadership, home of the Quiet Leaders Launchpad. And today, this is about too much doing and not enough leading makes Alex a dull manager or business owner or anything, makes us all quite dull, I think. And what I'm really talking about here is actually has been inspired by a couple of people that I've been speaking to this week about joining our Leaders Launchpad, because their businesses are growing. One of them has taken over another business, which is brilliant, and bringing people in. So need their team to be really cohesive and collaborating with the other people, and need to really bring people together. And the other one is just growing by themselves and doing very well, and are looking to grow the team and the management team in that business. And we were talking about how it's hard to get hold of people and busy and overwhelmed and all those things. So I was thinking about that and thinking, well, actually, this issue of overwhelm, overwork, and just being really busy in your business is the thing that is going to change you from the reason why you started your business in the first place, probably of loving what you do and wanting to build a business, to making you perhaps frustrated, fed up, overworked, overwhelmed, exhausted, not seeing your family maybe, and not spending enough time for you, and which means that it's very easy to go from loving what you do, loving your business, to absolutely hating it and wishing you'd never started it. And that's totally opposite of what you wanted in the first place. You wanted to do something that you love, and it's such a shame that we end up being very anti the thing that we love the most. And it's not because you don't love it, it's because we have to change the way in which you're showing up in the business, so that we can change the people around you in the business, so that they can support you in growing the business. And that's exactly what I was talking about to these other two business owners, is that if you want your business to grow, especially let's take the one that's got these new people in, doubling the size of your business, an amazing person, amazing business, and really great. But actually, we need to look at things differently now, because it's not as flat as it was. It's not as easy to communicate as it was. And you don't know these people as well. And you're asking them to step into a bigger organization and to align with what your values and your vision are. But if you don't stop and get off the hamster wheel and stop doing everything yourself and being the doer, it doesn't give you the time to design what that means. What is my vision? What are my values? How do I want these people to behave, and how do I want them to show up and align with what I believe in? And then, have I even told them what that looks like? And if I haven't, how do I expect these people, particularly the people that are coming into the business, but not least the people that are already there, how do I expect them to really follow my lead if I'm not communicating it? So we were talking about how get off the hamster wheel and start planning and getting more strategic and getting more clear about how do I communicate what I want, how do I encourage people and grow people, and step back from doing it all myself as my business grows. That's probably the most important thing that a business owner can learn, and to bring in a level of management that can support you in that growth is absolutely like tantamount to no, that's not the word I mean. What do I mean? I mean, it's just so important, because if you don't do that, then these people that you bring in are just going to be probably good at what they do, but they're not going to be focused on what you want. Then you're not going to be having people that are going to that will come with you and take you and grow with you, so that you can grow your business. And if you're watching this live, please say hello. It's very nice to have a bit of feedback. But excuse me. And if you're a business owner, say, yeah, I'm a business owner. But have you ever felt like you're the only one who cares about what's going on? Have you ever felt like I'm the one who has to think about everything and take everything forward? And you're right, when it's a small company, yeah, of course it's going to just be you. But as your business grows, you can bring people in who are going to be able to work with you on those things and grow as a management team within your business. So the people we were talking to today, this week, sorry, not today, are people whose business is growing, so need to insert a layer or bring people on within their business so that they can grow to be leaders, so that they can take on some of that responsibility, so that they can take your strategic ideas and your vision and work with it and run with it and help other people in the organization to do the do on a daily basis, so that it takes that stress and pressure off of you. So if you're feeling like I'm struggling to move forward, I'm struggling to grow because I'm still doing everything and I'm still just having to fight the fires and I don't get the time to actually grow, then maybe you need to think about, how do I bring somebody in, or how do I grow other people within the business so that they are thinking more like leaders, so that they are aligned to what you're trying to do and are then able to help you with it. I mean, that's the end of the day. That's what we need, isn't it? We just don't want to have to do it all ourselves. Matthew, hello. Let's have a look. Matthew, brilliant for you. That's great. Matthew has the opposite, empowering the team, and now miss some of the endorphin hit of doing. Oh, Matthew. And I think, Matthew, that actually, in some ways, that is sometimes why we don't do it. You've obviously done it, and well done you, but you will miss it. And I think that endorphin and that thrill of achievement and getting stuff done is exactly why some of us hold ourselves back from giving stuff away, from growing people, because actually we kind of like it. Now, I mean, I was a police officer for 16 years, Matthew, and anybody else who's listening, and I certainly know what it's like to have a bit of a thrill of the chase, let's say, 999 calls, or things that, things more interesting than sitting behind a desk thinking about the strategic nature of the police or something like that. It was always more fun. And that's probably, if I'm honest, that was why originally I joined the police. I wanted to get involved in the stuff that was going on. And as soon as I got promoted and then promoted again, the further you get away from the thrill of the chase. Matthew, it's a really good point. And so it isn't just about I can't give away, or I can't step back, or I can't be more strategic. It is sometimes down to, do I really want to do that? And I want to, I want the cut and thrust of what's going on in my business. So I totally get you there, actually. And so there's two opposites. So if that's the case, I suppose what I'm talking about then, to not just you, Matthew, but to anybody, is understanding what's driving your decision making, what's driving your behavior in your business. So stopping, getting off your hamster wheel for a minute, or getting off any wheel, whatever it is, and just contemplating, or working with a coach, or however you do it, but working with somebody to help you to understand, how do I make my decisions? What basis am I making this on? Is it because I don't want to step back? Is it because I want to, but I don't know how to? Or is it that I've already done it and I blooming hate it and I wish it was back in there? And then we need to find you some thrill somewhere else, maybe. But at least, Matthew, that's a great place to be, because you are not, you can choose at that point. But what we're talking about here is where perhaps something's holding us back and we're not necessarily conscious of what it is. Why am I still racing around like a headless chicken doing everything in my business? Why am I not bringing people on? Or why have I got, one of the businesses I'm talking to, has got about 20 something people in the business, and it's too flat. So they need to bring people up so that we can start not having to deal with all those people on a daily basis all of the time. And it's not to say you don't want to talk to people, but you can't talk to everybody, because you've got to have time to grow. You've got to have time to push forwards, and you've got to have time to be able to be the leader that you need to be. You're welcome, Matthew. And thank you for commenting. And so I think that it's super, super important to get some clarity for yourself around what's driving my behavior. And if you can think to yourself, actually, this is because I talk about this a lot. Can't do, won't do, or don't do. Okay. And I normally talk about it in terms of your teams. Let's hide that comment a minute. I normally talk about it in terms of your people in your team, but I'm going to talk about it in terms of you and me. Okay. As the leader in your business, is it can't do? Is it won't do? Just don't do. What I mean is that, as I said before, sometimes we don't have the skill to be able to communicate well, for example, or sometimes we have a bit of imposter syndrome and we're not sure that we're the leader that we should be, and we hold ourselves back because we're not so confident. Maybe it's not can't do at all. Maybe it is, like Matthew said, is like, I like it too much. that I don't want to do it, or I know I should be doing it, so I do it, and then I'm not really happy. Depending on which way you sway. And the other way is I just don't do it, and that is because I'm perhaps not taking the responsibility to do it, which is I know I should, I could if I tried, but it never gets to the top of the pile, and I'm just too busy in this cut and thrust of what I'm doing, so I stay here and I just don't do it. And you need to understand which it is for you, because once you do, then you know what to do about it. And remember, if you don't grow yourself, then you can't grow your team and you can't grow your business, because it will all end up like a big rat's nest of all sorts of things going on, and you won't have the control, because the bigger your business gets, the more you need to have the structure and the trust of the people around you, or you have the trust of them and they have the trust of you, because once you have that, then you're going to trust them to do what needs to be done without you having to have eyes on it all the time. Yeah, otherwise your eyes are going to be darting around like a crazy thing, because you need to, have your, as people say, I need my finger on the pulse. Well, yeah, you do, if you don't have anyone trusted that you can have there that can do that for you, who can come in and report to you, but you don't need to have that finger right on the pulse of what's going on. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, if it does, that's great. So that's all I want you to do today, is to think about behaviorally what's driving me. Why am I either doing or not doing what I need to do to grow my business? Why am I either doing a good job of stepping up, stepping back, so that people can grow within the team, so that they can become the next level of managers, let's say? Or if I'm not, what's going on there? Is it in here? Am I can't do, won't do, or don't do? Okay, so that's all I want to say today. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I look different today because I'm in a different place. I'm at my mum's because I'm having some work done on my house, and it's weird looking at yourself from a different context. So I don't like it like this. It's a different light. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? I am Julie Hutchison, and my company is Think Be Do Leadership, because we're helping small businesses and leaders to grow themselves, so that they grow their teams, so that they grow business. If that's you and you want to talk more about how you can implement the strategies that we talk about in these videos and in other ways of engaging with us, then give us a shout, PM me, or you'll find my details somewhere, whatever platform you're looking on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Just send me a message, and I'll be happy to have a chat with you about how you can implement it in your business. And if you would like to join the Facebook group, then please do. It's called Quiet Leaders with Impact. You can find it. I'll pop a link in the comments in a bit, and you can click that, or just go to Facebook and find us, Quiet Leaders with Impact, and I'm sure you will. If you have any questions, do let me know. I'm always happy to answer. If you're watching this on replay, then by all means say replay, and then send me a little message or pop a little comment on, and I will answer that as well, because I always like to have a little rummage around and see who's been commenting on my stuff. So have a wonderful day. Do get in touch if you would like to find out how to implement these strategies that we talk about in these sessions. Take care. Bye-bye.